For the last few weeks, I've done a series that first covered why music creators should charge for their services and when they should start charging for their services. In this video, I'm going to suggest how they should charge for their services. My name is El Marquis, musician, rapper, record producer, unashamed Christ follower. Today, we're going to discuss how much should you charge for your services.
El Marquis Productions.
There are multiple ways to figure out how you should charge for your services. Full disclaimer, I'm not a math genius at all. My methods weren't really based too much on any strict math. This is just how I did it. Just use this as a template or a guideline and then change this according to what makes sense for your actual business. One of the services that I offer through my business is studio time. And before I started charging people for my services, I had to figure out how much should I charge for their services? So what I did was I looked at a couple professional studios located in my state, and then I looked at their rates. And I also looked at their services and what was included within their prices. So the least expensive studio that I found at that time charged $55 an hour for studio time, and I wasn't really sure if they actually included mixing and mastering into it. They just said like $55 an hour. And I knew at that point, I'm not necessarily on that level. I can't make people sound on the same level as Drake, but I can make them sound way better than 12-year-old SoundCloud rapper using a $50 microphone recording into his laptop with the free copy of Audacity. So what I deemed to be fair at that time was charging artists $20 an hour for studio time and nothing additional for mixing and mastering. Is that way less expensive than a professional studio? Obviously. But I didn't really do any really specific math to come up with that figure. All I really did was I looked at the price ranges for other professional studios, which ranged from like $55 to I think like right under $100, at least at that time. And I knew that I wasn't on their level, but I knew that I still delivered a really good product. So $20 an hour seemed really fair at that time. Now, 2.5 years later, I actually decided to raise my prices to $25 an hour for studio time. Why did I do that? Well, first of all, my product itself has definitely improved over the last few years. I've had more time to practice a lot more on different material, different artists, and study different techniques that improve the quality of my mixes. So now the product itself has increased in quality. I'm also in a lot more demand than I was when I first started charging for studio time 2.5 years ago, because now a lot of people have heard about my services. They know that I'm a great person to work with. They know that I really care about the actual quality of their songs and their recordings, and that I'm cool to work with in the studio. So now I'm in more demand. And especially when I have to juggle between this and college at the same time, sometimes I have to turn down people. Sometimes more people ask to record in my studio than what I can actually give for that week. So then I have to turn some people down, which can sometimes mean less income. So increasing my rates just slightly can also adjust for that. And a couple of my music peers actually did reach out to me and say, yo, it's time for you to raise your prices. Hi, Abby. So in summary, the way that I determined my rates was I looked at my competition's rates, I compared my product to theirs and my services to theirs. I decided to adjust my prices accordingly to that. And as time progressed and my services and my product have increased in quality, and now that I'm in more demand than I was before, I've now decided to increase my rates. And just in case anyone who I actually record is watching this right now, I still charge $20 an hour for people who have been working with me before I decided to raise my rates. This new rate is actually just for new customers, so I just wanted to clear the air just in case there was any confusion right there. But yeah. Moving on, finding out how to price my beats was actually a lot easier than that. In addition to offering studio time and mixing for artists, I also lease beats on my website. And determining my prices and leasing agreements was actually a lot easier. All I did was I just looked at a bunch of other producers who lease their beats online. I looked at their prices and their agreements. A lot of them are really around the same, give or take like $5 to $10. All I really did was I copied their prices and then I adjusted my contract specifically to me. So in this case, why do I charge the same amount of money as other producers rather than less or more? Simply because I feel like the quality of my beats matches, if not exceeds, the quality of a lot of other producers' beats online who have around the same amount of experience as I do, and that all of us pretty much offer the same services. Most producers' leasing agreements are really similar. Maybe just like their units are a little different, but other than that, like we offer pretty much the exact same services. So for me, it didn't really make sense to charge significantly less or significantly more. A lot of producers who lease their beats online charge around the same amount of money in the first place anyways, so it didn't really make sense for me to charge a lot less or a lot more. Backwards. And one other factor is to actually consider the specific demographics of your actual customer base. Consider basing your prices on your customer's age, the stage in their career or life, their income rate. Most of the artists that I record are either in college or they're of that young adult age of someone who may be in college. And I know that they do make money, but probably not as much as an established 30 or 40-year-old. So realizing this, if I charge something that's like really super expensive, that may drive away and scare them away because maybe that rate is just way too expensive and outrageous for them to be able to afford. And other than, of course, the actual quality of my product and the quality of service that I deliver, I know that a big reason why a lot of artists do work with me is because I don't charge as much as professional studios, because a couple of them have actually said that too. But that's still a good reason why my rates have been relatively the same for the last couple of years. And this doesn't necessarily mean undercharge for your services, like charge what you're worth, but make sure that you pay attention to your customers, you get to know them a little bit, and you can base your prices based on them and their actual needs. So as you can see, there are multiple ways to actually determine how much you should charge for your services. There's no set in stone way. The way I'm doing this may be wrong, but there are multiple ways that you can do this. A couple different things you can do is just pay attention to your competition, look at how much they're charging for their services, and compare your actual product to theirs. And from there, you can decide your prices on that. If you think that you're on their level, you can charge around the same that they do. If you think that you're better than they are, then charge more. If you think that you're not as good as they are, then charge less. Just figure out what works for you and pay attention to your actual demographics, pay attention to the age of your customers and how much you think they may make, and adjust your prices and your services based on their needs. To me, it's not super complicated. There's nothing really set in stone. It's your business. You need to determine what works specifically for you, your business, and for your customers. Thank you for watching this video. If you've liked what you've seen today, please give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to this channel and turn on notifications so you know whenever I upload new videos. And you can go down in the description below and check out all my social media, my website, as well as the background music that was used in this video. And now go down in the comment section below and let me know, how much do you charge for your services? And if you've been following this series of videos and you want me to continue making videos similar to this, let me know some other topics that you'd like me to cover as well. And please be sure, let me know, do you agree with what I said? Do you disagree with what I said? Is everything I said legit? Is it all bogus? Let me know in the comment section below. My name is El Marquis Productions. God bless.